live, and here I am, Sandra Longmore. So happy to be here with you. Yes. So, I'm Sandra Longmore, and my purpose today is to share with you how to turn problems into solutions because, that helps you with your life. And when you have a happier life, a better life without problems, I don't know. You're going to find out more about that in a little bit. So my purpose in providing this uplifting content for you is to provide you with thoughts, beauty, and solutions. Thoughts, beauty, and solutions that's going to help you live the best life ever, 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 ever. Because when I can do that, when I can be in the swing of that, the zen of that, then I get the best life ever. So I am so thrilled to be able to bring this content to you. I am a law of attraction trainer, a life coach, and a giver of content that uplifts your life. I Periscope almost daily now on Periscope about various themes, and also am a constant learner. I'm an artist, a professional artist, and an art teacher. In fact, I am I am doing this Google Plus from my artist studio here in the entrance to the Columbia River Gorge in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. So this is a little bit about my background here, some of my work that I've done, and things that I enjoy. I recently just did this too. This is a vision board. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I'm going to just take a little shot there. This is a vision board that I did let's see if I can get a shot. Zing. Have you ever heard of Zing? J-I-N-G, Zing. So you can get a shot of what you look like. Maybe I better wait for that one. Anyway, I'm pretty techie, but maybe I'm not quite that techie because that'll stop everything, and we don't want to stop everything. But sometimes you might want to stop your problems or at least get a better handle on your problems. So the topic today is how to turn problems into solutions. Well, I want to tell you, I had a day as I was preparing this content for you, and also I Periscope about it later on the Share-a-thon for Perry 10K. That's where I'm with 10 speakers who speak on the same topic to uplift and change the world. Yes, change the world. One Periscope at a time, or just one good idea at a time. If you can find one good idea that helps you live a better life, then we are all satisfied that it's happening. It's a happening event. It's like a renaissance of good feeling thoughts of changing our world. Doesn't seem like it sometimes, but it really is. It really is happening. So the topic is how to turn problems into solutions. And I started out with what a day. Yeah, what a day. Word. Our beautiful, wonderful Word document disappeared. In fact, it froze, and I got the turning colored wheel. And so I had to force quit and lost it all. Oh, brother. So it takes me a couple hours to put this together, and time was, of the essence. So I thought, well, if I can do it once, I can do it again. So sometimes that happens. You lose everything and you wonder, what in the heck am I going to do? Now, have you ever felt that doom of a big problem like I just told you, or maybe an even bigger problem that I just shared for you? Maybe something like you want better health, or maybe you want more clients, or you just want to feel good. You just want to feel better than you feel right now. Well, the topic today is for you, and that is how to turn problems into solutions. Now, have you heard someone say to you when you are faced with a problem, it must have happened for a reason? I have heard this from others, and I say it even to myself many, many times when something happens, like maybe I missed an appointment, or I was stuck in traffic, maybe someone got divorced, or you lost a friend. You say this to them or to you, it must have happened for a reason. Now, granted, When someone says it to me, it must have happened for a reason. I want to punch him to the moon because it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. But later, when I look back on the circumstances and what happened, what kind of logical unfolding of events, coming together of cooperative components had to happen, I see that it was part of my building personality, and it got me into a better feeling place. It doesn't feel good at the time, but later, when you look at the big picture, it's better. So I'm going to tell you a story that will help you grasp this point. At least it helped me grasp it, at why we have to have problems in the first place. Why do we have to have them in the first place? And the idea also, I want to plant this idea that words don't teach. It is your experience. It's when you take these words and maybe, just a little bit of the words, you take the words and then you have an experience, your very own experience. That's when you get the teaching. So now to the story. It's called One Day, a Small Gap. One day, a small gap appeared in the cocoon through which the butterfly had to appear. Now, their little boy was accidentally passing by this cocoon, this butterfly cocoon, and he just stopped, fascinated, and he watched how the butterfly was trying to get out of the cocoon. It took a lot of time. The butterfly was trying very, very hard, and the gap was as little. It was just so little, and it was as little as before. And it seemed that the power would leave the butterfly soon. The boy decided to help the butterfly. He took out his penknife, his trusty penknife, and he cut the cocoon, just made a little cut, just enough so that the butterfly could get out. And the butterfly did. The butterfly immediately got out, but its body was weak and feeble, and the wings were barely moving. Oh, oh, oh. And the boy continued to watch the butterfly, thinking that now its wings should spread and it would fly. However, this did not happen. The rest of its life, the butterfly had to drag its weak body and wings that would not spread. It was unable to fly, because the boy did not realize that an effort to enter through the narrow gap of that cocoon was necessary for the butterfly so that the life-giving fluid would move from the body to the butterfly wings, and that the butterfly could fly then. So life forced the butterfly to leave its shell in a hard, hard way, so that it would become stronger and it would be able to grow and develop. Now, if we were allowed to live life without meeting difficulties, we would not be viable, because life gives us challenges to make us stronger. And if we didn't have any problems, we would not be able to experience the fullness, the wonderfulness of life. Now I'm going to give you 5 ways to think like a butterfly when faced with a problem. Number 1 is remember. Remember. There is a solution to every problem, and if you are focused on the problem, then you are not allowing the solution to come to you. Number 2, get an attitude. Yeah, cop an attitude. Think of yourself as getting stronger. I'm getting stronger because of your challenges. Start looking for that bigger picture and look for inspiration to carry you through the rough parts. Number 3, reach out of this present reality. Just reach out of it and visualize a more wanted conclusion to your problem. This way, you'll be focused on what you want, And whatever you focus, wherever where you put energy, focus, and desire on is what comes back to you 100%. Then you will be focused more on what you do want and less on what you don't want. And number 5 is focus on what feels good. So be proactive, take care of yourself, do self care, chill, maybe take a nap or walk. And the whole reason you're doing that is so that you can get a shift out of the momentum of the problem into the momentum of the solution of the problem. So I am just love that story, don't you? Yeah, it really tells you kind of where it's at. And I like teaching through stories. I guess I'm really kind of a teacher at heart. Okay, I'm going to end with this story. And this is another story of how to turn your problems into solutions in a little different way. So one day, once upon a time, one day, a dull and exhausted by the illness and the burdens of life, this peasant came to a wise man. And he sat quietly in front of the wise man, which gave him a warm, heartfelt smile. And the peasant breathed out heavily, letting out a wave of mourning. He began complaining about his life, that he had hard burdens. He had so many hard burdens, and he couldn't see the bright light of day ever. And it just seemed like one problem right after the other, and on and on. And they had twisted him so much that he could not get a breath of fresh air. He could not take a walk or a nap. Later on, he started blaming others about all his problems, his relatives, who, in his opinion, his childhood, were guilty for his misfortunes, whether the circumstances didn't turn out right for him or not. And then the wise man listened very, very carefully and in silence. And when the peasant once again inquired of the wise man, why is it so unfair? Why should he do what should he do to find peace? And the wise man got up from his seat and invited the peasant to follow him. They went out of the hut and came to a lakeside, which was not very far away, and where from time to time flying fish were jumping, trotting fast above the surface, catching food. Now the wise man led the peasant to the lakeside and said to him, "Do you see the smoothness of the lake? The depths are full with life. There are the fishes that always stay in the water. And what if suddenly the lake got polluted? They couldn't see further than their own nose. They would hardly recognize where the source of the pollution was. They would hardly recognize where the source of the pollution was. And they would start swimming in circles, just kind of in the guck, in the gook. And there are also fishes. Listen to this. There are also fishes that have wings, and they can raise above the water of the lake and look at it from the heights of their flight. So this is my advice. Instead of complaining about your life, come to this lakeside from time to time and watch the flying fish and try to understand what I wanted to say to you. So in conclusion, remember the butterfly. It takes effort to fully form your most beautiful self. And remember that the fish that can fly above the pollution of thought or event or past events can see that there is always a better way. So that's it for today. Awesome nuggets of information here for you to take as what you can use, leave the rest, and take what you can use and experience. Get some experience for yourself, because that's how you will learn. Remember, words don't teach, experience does. So bye for now. I love you all, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for inspiring me to create a video for you on Google Plus, and I love creating. And you can find out more about me at my internet site, sandralongmore.com, right down there, right down there. I did my nails. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, they're all sparkly. And so are you. So bye for now.